So our CEO actually came out and talked to all the coaches, and he said something, and I really like it. I may have reiterated it a little bit, and I wrote it down. It's on my desk in my room right now. But it said, but I have an equation that I devised from what he was saying. And it's, you take 100% responsibility plus 0% excuses, and that equals 100% freedom to keep going. That's my summary of what he had to say. And what does that even freaking mean, huh? You know, some of you are probably like already digging that right away. You know, 10 years ago, Courtney would have been like, the hell is that shit? You know, or I might have thought I understood it. But I'll just share what I get from that. Here's the thing. We can only control what's inside of what we're doing, right? We can bring a horse to water, but you can't make it drink, right? But if you decide you're thirsty and you bring yourself to water, you can drink. They also say you can either give a man a fish or teach him to fish. Give a man a fish, he's fed for a day. Teach him to fish, he's fed forever, right? So, but he has to make that choice to go fishing and feed himself. Responsibility, 100% responsibility. So a lot of times, especially since this pandemic has gone down, and it's really put like a really negative slant on a lot of stuff, and people have gotten really ornery with people and each other and things. Anywho, it's not, I hear it pretty often where people are looking for other people to break them out of whatever they're in. They feel trapped, they feel sad, they feel unhappy with their situations, they feel stuck, whatever. But like waiting for some kind of magic something to occur that gets them out of it, as opposed to doing work that gets them out of it. And also, some of it's just mindset. When we look at it from a different point of view, it can change how we feel about it, which in turn changes our overall mood about life in general. So, man, I could do like a whole workshop on this crap. Because I have so much that I want to say all at the same time, and it all interconnects. So, if we take the time to see our responsibility and the situations, the good, the bad, the ugly, everything. I mean, I know there's like stuff you'll be like, how the heck would anybody possibly ask for this horrible shit that happened to me in my life? And yes, okay, let's not get into like past lives, karmas, or anything wooey like that. Let's just say that, you know what, life has a lot of shit, okay? Like, it's not all rainbows and butterflies and good times. So the thing is we have to appreciate the bad shit and the dark shit just as much as the light shit and the awesome shit and the wonderful shit and all that stuff. We have to appreciate it all, because all of it is ingredients in what makes us who we are, is our experiences that give us our own personal insights into life, and can help us to become better humans, which in turn makes our community better. So everything is a growth opportunity if we can look at it as, and I'm not saying like when like, you know, there's a death or something, like, oh, how can I benefit from this? It's just, what is there to learn from this? My mom, just that morning, I was getting up for work, and I'd seen she'd posted a picture, their goofy cat had its head in a chip bag and stuff, and I LOL'd it. Was seeing Mom the next day for my son's graduation party and stuff, like our graduation and his party, and go to work, only to end up later that evening realizing that my mom had died in a motorcycle accident. Like, everything stopped and changed in that instant. And trust me, I most definitely wasn't like, oh, what's the bright side of all of this, and how can I get through this? Oh, I was a freaking wreck. Number one, is extremely important to feel your feels. A lot of the times we've been brought up, especially the older generations have been brought up, that not to show the sad, the negative, the whatever. Like, you shove that down, and then you should put up a strong face and a strong front. But what I've learned is how important it is to actually feel the feels and be vulnerable and share them, so that they don't get buried and fester and become something. Like, a lot of the times we end up with so many different, like, chronic issues just from the stress and the anxiety and the overwhelm that is created from burying shit like that deep down. Now, over time, I have realized there was a lot of things. One, having my mom just gone like that immediately made me even more so appreciate the connection between myself and my children, and leave me to be like, wow, I feel like I have a huge gap in the relationship that I have with my kids. It's not close enough, like, I want more. Also, wow, what kind of legacy am I leaving behind? Like, what are people gonna say about me after I'm gone? Like, not that I care what people are gonna say, but like, what impact, it's more so what impact have I left on this earth? And I mean, like, when somebody, like, if I was to just die in an accident and people went to, my Facebook, because that's one of the first things a lot of people will do, they'll go right away to socials to see, like, if they, can get any more information or whatever. What are they going to see? What are they going to see are my last thoughts? Mom's was about being in chronic pain and wishing it would end. Like, ouch, So, and for me, it also opened my mind to dive deeper into my spiritual self that I had closed off because I grew up Jehovah's Witness and everything was fucked up growing up. And I mean, like, my dad's side of the family disowned us when my mom remarried because it's against their religion to remarry. And me and my sister would not welcome Jehovah into our hearts. So we were left off to the sidelines, left off on the side of the road. So I had a lot of issues with spirituality. And it reopened my mind to realize that there are more answers than the Jehovah way or the Christian way or the Baptist way. So bottom line is once you put yourself into your own driver's seat and own all that shit and quit looking outside for the answers from everyone else, everywhere else, and start looking to you for the answers, because trust me, your soul knows the answers. It may be coming through many, many filters of human ego, then it might be very hard to get to, but with practice, you start to feel it. A lot of us have been taught to not listen to our intuition, to not take risks, because it's scary and it's dangerous and it's stupid. Quite frankly, I was raised to believe it was stupid, and you did not want to be stupid. Trust me, if you were stupid, you were bred in our family. Learning to do that. For me, one thing that seriously has helped has been exercise. And I know it sounds funny because I started my journey without any of this, like, extra stuff. All I gave a shit about was losing weight. I was like 180 pounds and I wanted to fit into skinnier jeans because I was 118 all through high school, and I was like, how did I get so freaking fat? And I used to stress eat and stress smoke. So I just put all my eggs in the same basket and just stress smoked. And I would joke about how, my lungs will be shit, but at least I'll look cute in a pair of jeans. Like, seriously, that was where my mentality was. But as I kept going, and I mean, there was so much stuff that I could not do when I started P90X, which I was scared to start off with to be honest. But when I finally started being able to do things that Tony was asking of me, that I had been, like, modifying the modifier and modifying that sometimes and not keeping up, and I started being able to do things, I started to gain some confidence and, like, wow, look at what I can do. And then they brought in nutrition programs, and that was totally a game changer. And being able to see that I could make choices and still eat things that I enjoyed without having to feel deprived or feel like I was being punished. Because before that, any of my diets were always more so punishments, temporary punishments to get me to a temporary goal. Instead, it started becoming a life. That's when lifestyle changes started to become a concept to me. And it wasn't just trying to get to a destination, it was actually working on just enjoying the whole process and making it a habit, building healthy habits that I enjoy that overall make me feel better. And that is the biggest key for me, is that in my 40s now, I feel so much better about literally everything than I did in my 20s or my teens, and even in most of my 30s, to be honest. Like, I have gone from physical health with fitness and nutrition to working on my thought processes, getting off anxiety medication, so mental and emotional, all the way through spiritual. I've gotten my Reiki level 2 certification. It's been a process, and it all started with that one step of me sitting in my garage in Altoona, flipping through my BlackBerry, chain smoking cigarettes, looking for some kind of free app that would help me count just calories. And here I am now. So what I offer is the opportunity to guide people to be able to find their right answer by maybe avoiding some of these pitfalls and hurdles that I personally had gone through. I have been with Beachbody since 2012. They're constantly adding to what they offer. It's freaking ridiculous. I can't even keep up anymore. I'm a kid in a candy store. It's like walking into, like, okay, I've never been to Disneyland, but I'm imagining. It's like walking into Disneyland and being told you only have like half a day. How are you hitting everything? You're not. And that's how it is. Like, I'm coming and I'm like, I've got 30 to 60 minutes that I'm going to do a workout. How am I going to hit everything? I'm not. But here's the thing. There are so many options, and I've gotten pretty damn good at surfing through and making selections. And when I get to know my customers, dude, I always know who to hit up with what. When they were sharing new programs and stuff at Summit, I'm like, damn, I gotta tell Amber about that. Ooh, Sam's gonna be excited about this. Like, I know my people. So, yeah, and to help with the biggest key thing to incorporating a healthy lifestyle, whether you've done it in the past or you never have done it, is the mindset. And so that is what I'm offering, is working on figuring out what motivates you, what your needs are, what your challenges are, and how we are going to approach that, and what actions you take to take control, get into your driver's seat, and hop on this journey and enjoy the trip. It doesn't matter if you end up taking scenic routes sometimes. Maybe you get a flat tire. It's freaking fine. It's all part of the journey. Dude, am I where I want to be with my weight? No, I'm not. But do I stop? No, I do not. Let me just be honest with you. I gained 4.4 pounds while on vacation. It happens. I guarantee you some of it will be gone in a couple of days. Trust me. But it's just part of the journey. And the bottom line is, I seriously feel so much better now, this past decade of metamorphosis that I've gone through, than I had done ever in my 30s or earlier. It's mind-blowing to me. I am so grateful that I was invited to join Beachbody, because they seriously put all these tools in front of me. My team has taught me so many things. They have provided me a different community with different mindsets and different thoughts and beliefs that helped me see that there are so many different ways to attack a problem. In fact, we don't even need to worry about problems. We just need to look at solutions. And it's just, there's one thing to go around and just spit out some positive shit. It's another thing to flat out just feel content and joyful about things and to actually be happy with life. And so my invitation to you is to join me on that journey. Hit me up. I would like to run a few free week-long focus groups with people for us to vet each other out before signing up and joining. I mean, if you want to just sign up and dive right in, I am game for that too, because trust me, I'm ready to hit the ground running. But the focus groups are going to help us really see what all the needs are and the challenges, and quite frankly, just make me a better coach overall while helping you. So that's why I'm offering them free for a week. Pretty simple. That was a really long video. I was like, I'm going to keep it 5 minutes or less. They do say, whatever you can talk forever and ever about is your passion, and that's where you should be focusing your energy and your work. And so obviously, this is where we're at. This is what I love. This is what fires me up. I mean, I've missed work. Oh yeah, by the way, you can stop listening now. My message is done. This is just me rambling for a few extra minutes. I missed a whole weekend to go to Summit. Unpaid. Well, some of it was supposed to be paid, but they screwed up PTO and stuff, and we still have to hash it all out after I get back. And I was supposed to. I told myself to work makeup hours during my days off for the last pay period, and I'm also told myself to go in today and Thursday and work off the rest of the missing hours. I don't want to. Going inside a closed up huge ass building and picking up boxes and putting them down on a pallet to send off to a store does not fire me up like this. I'm not excited. Half the time, no, like 85% of the time, there's no one around to talk to. And half of the time that there is someone to talk to, I don't even really want to talk to them. The very small amount of people, the times that there are people that I really want to talk to, I don't even get to really talk with them because we're working. So, and I'm there for hours. And so I'm grateful for it because it pays the bills. No, I'm not getting paid, but it pays the bills. It keeps the electricity running. It keeps the roof over our heads, paying the mortgage, feeding all the fur babies that I love having, taking care of me and my daughter, putting gas in the car. That's questionable. The raise wasn't that much. But I would much rather be earning a livable income. I'm not talking about getting super Elon Musk rich. I'm talking a survivable income where it's comfortable, where if something comes up, I'm able to take a few days off for family or friends, whatever emergency shows up, or wedding happens. I'm not having to miss these things because I have to work weekends and I only have so much PTO. And in return, I'm helping women feel stronger and better about themselves. I'm helping women perhaps streamline their own version of this journey so it doesn't take them a whole decade to finally hit this aha moment where I'm like, holy shit, this is what I really love. This is what it's all about. This is it. I don't expect everybody to want to do exactly what I do, asking other people to join. But what I'm looking at is, dude, I joined Beachbody in 2012, not knowing what I was doing. I just was doing what my best friend told me to. Thank you, Sam. And from there, just these little seeds kept getting planted. And month after month after month after month, year after year, I've grown into somebody that I'm proud of. And I know my mom was proud of. So, and I really hope my kids are proud of. And I want to keep that ball rolling. And for me, keeping it to myself is selfish as hell. And I want others to feel this way. It hurts when I see people stuck with their tires spinning in the muck of despair and overwhelm, and they're hopeless, and it doesn't have to be that way. It seriously doesn't. We seriously can do better. I promise you. Message me.